Today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to purchase, book, and use Lightning Lane MultiPass while you're in the theme parks. For starters, if you're staying at a qualifying Disney resort, you can purchase MultiPass and Single Pass 7 days before your check-in day at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And you can purchase these services through the length of your resort stay. Meaning at this point, you can buy MultiPass and Single Pass for every day of your trip. For those of you not staying at a qualifying Disney resort, you can purchase your MultiPass and Single Passes 3 days before your ticket window starts at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Important note here, if you want the best ride selection and time slots available, you need to purchase these services as soon as they are available to you. Now let's get into booking our Lightning Lanes. Here I'm going to pull up the My Disney Experience app and walk you through the process of purchasing MultiPass. As you can see here on the home screen, the first thing you should see is a Lightning Lane MultiPass and Single Pass banner. All you have to do to get started is tap Purchase. Then it's going to bring you to this calendar. The dates that are in gray are not currently available, and the dates that are in blue are the ones that are available for purchase. Now you'll go ahead and select the first date you want to buy MultiPass or Single Pass for. Then this screen will come up and you'll choose which park you want to buy the service for on that particular day. You can purchase your MultiPass and Single Passes all in one transaction by selecting them now on this screen. Important note here, there is no longer a park hopper option. You must purchase MultiPass for one park, and then once you scan into your first Lightning Lane that day, you'll be able to start booking Lightning Lanes in other parks if you have a qualifying park hopper ticket. Now for this example, I'm buying MultiPass for Magic Kingdom, so I'm going to select it as so. I'm going to scroll down and click continue, and here is where you'll choose all of the members in your party that will also be using MultiPass or Single Pass that day. If you or the other members of your party are not eligible, you are either trying to purchase MultiPass too soon or the other members of your party have not been linked to your resort reservation. If this is the case, you must go back and link them to your reservation before proceeding. Once you've selected all the members of your party, go ahead and click continue, and here is where you're going to pre-select 3 of your Lightning Lanes. Now you can choose 1 attraction from the first group and 2 attractions from the second group, or if you'd prefer, you can choose all 3 of your attractions from the second group. My biggest piece of advice for MultiPass is to choose 1 attraction that has the earliest time slot available, ideally between 9 and 10 a.m. The reasoning for this is that once you scan into your first Lightning Lane, you'll be able to book another ride. The earlier you do this, the better ride selection and time slots are available. This is even more vitally important for those who want to use MultiPass in multiple parks in one day. For this example, my first attraction is for Peter Pan's Flight, and I highly recommend this is your first choice as well. And then you can see here I'm flipping back and forth to try and find an earlier time slot. Therefore, I ended up going with the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh and Dumbo the Flying Elephant, because Dumbo had the earliest time slot available at 9:30 a.m. Once you are satisfied with your 3 selections, you'll click continue and then you'll pay for MultiPass. Now, you'll continue to do this process until you've bought MultiPass and Single Passes for as many park days as you'd like. From this point on, you can sit back and relax until it's your park day. Now I'm going to jump into my park day and show you how MultiPass works while you're in the theme parks. Starting off with my first Lightning Lane for Dumbo the Flying Elephant. If you've never used Lightning Lane before, almost every attraction has a separate line that says above it Lightning Lane entrance, and this is where you'll go to scan into your ride. Scanning in is simple. All you have to do is hold up your room key, phone, or magic band to the Mickey head, and once it flashes green, you are good to go. If it flashes blue, you may be too early or too late for your Lightning Lane, and the cast member will let you know what's wrong. Important side note here, you are able to scan into an attraction 5 minutes before your arrival time. Now, as soon as you've scanned in, you can get on the My Disney Experience app and book another Lightning Lane. Once you open the app, on the main home screen, you will see this green banner and it should say Tip Board. You'll click this button and it will show you all of the available Lightning Lane time slots. As I'm scrolling through here, you can see all the options that are available, and at this point, I can also look at Lightning Lanes in other parks if I wanted to park hop. Here you can see me looking at the different selections in the other parks. For this example, I'm going to choose Space Mountain. Once I've selected which ride I would like, it will pull up this screen where I can go in and choose all of the eligible members in my party who would also like a Lightning Lane for this attraction. Once I've chosen all of the members of my party, it will bring up this next screen where I can modify my time if I would like, and it will show all of my existing plans. Once I've got a time that works best for my schedule, I'll click continue, and then once this screen comes up, I know I'm good to go. If you click on view my day, this page will come up and it will be able to show you all of your existing plans, which is very helpful. To make sure you have a good understanding of how this process works, I'm going to show you how to book another Lightning Lane. We're going to jump forward in time to my next Lightning Lane attraction, Peter Pan's Flight. Now, for some attractions, you will have to scan in twice before getting on the ride, and Peter Pan's Flight does happen to be one of these attractions. Therefore, you will not be able to book another Lightning Lane until after you've scanned in the second time. Now we're going to pull up the My Disney Experience app again. I'm going to show you another way to pull up the tip board. First, you're going to click the 3 bars at the bottom of your screen, and it will bring up this page. You'll go ahead and scroll down and click today's plans. Here you will click the tab at the top that says tip board, and this is where you'll make your next lightning lane selections. For this one, I selected It's a Small World. After looking through the available time slots, I clicked continue, then I'm all set. Now during my park day, there was a time that I had a lightning lane for Pirates of the Caribbean and the ride went down during my time slot. Therefore, I was given a redemption lightning lane in the My Disney Experience app. Here you can see it in my app when you're on the View My Day tab. If you go ahead and click it, it will show you all of the rides you can use this redemption lightning lane on, and then at the bottom it will show you which attractions you cannot use it on. Now for this lightning lane, you do not have to book it in advance. You can just walk up to any of these rides that are listed as eligible attractions and scan in, and this is only good for one ride. And that concludes a step-by-step guide on how to purchase, book, and use Lightning Lane MultiPass while you're in the theme parks. Disney World keeps becoming more and more complicated, which is why it's vitally important to stay educated before your trip so that you make the most out of every magical moment of your vacation. Be sure to follow me for all the best Disney tips and tricks in My Disney Experience app education. That is it for me. I'll catch you on the next one.